Do you want to make this perfect, crispy, flaky and delicious samosa at home with all tips and tricks to make the perfect samosa each time? For this, watch the entire video. Now let's check the ingredients. Cauliflower, chaat masala, green peas, peanut, coriander seeds and fennel seeds, boiled potato, all-purpose flour, carom seed, turmeric powder, salt as per your taste, sugar, clarified butter, ginger paste and green chili paste. Now let's begin our recipe. To start with, take a bowl, add 1½ all-purpose flour, then add 1/4 teaspoon of carom seed, half teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of clarified butter. Next, mix with your fingers the ingredients together until they make a breadcrumb-like texture that holds its shape when you press a portion of the mixture like this. Next, gradually add water and knead to a firm dough. You only need to bring the dough together. If you overwork it, the samosa will be hard, though soft dough will not give a crispy samosa. It should be stiff enough. Once the dough is done, always remember to let the dough rest for at least 30 to 40 minutes before you start making the samosa. So now cover and keep aside for rest. On the other side, let me cut the cauliflower into small pieces so that we can make the stuffing of the samosa. As you know that samosa is one of the most commonly eaten snacks across India. They are hugely popular and are loved by everyone. Samosas make their appearance everywhere as a street food, party snack, restaurant and even in cafes. They are very special during the month of Ramadan and are eaten as an iftar snack. Now let us move to the other step of making the samosa. For this, take a pan, add 1 or 2 tablespoons of mustard oil. Let the oil heat up for some time. Then we will add half cup of cauliflower cut into small pieces. Now fry this with little salt and turmeric powder in a medium-high flame until it turns light brown from all the sides. Then remove the cauliflower from the pan and into that same pan add 1 tablespoon of mustard oil and into it add 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw peanut. Fry this peanut for a few seconds in a high flame. When you're done with the peanut, keep aside in the pan. Then into it add 1/4 teaspoon of coriander seeds and 1/4 teaspoon of fennel seed. Let the seed sizzle for a few seconds. Add 2 tablespoons of green peas, 1 medium boiled potato, our fried cauliflower, 1 tablespoon of green chili paste and 1 tablespoon of ginger paste, 1 teaspoon of chaat masala, salt as per your taste, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Then mix it well and saute the entire cauliflower and potato with the masala for 2 to 3 minutes until potatoes blend well with the spice powder. Then add half cup of water and cover and cook for 8 to 10 minutes in a low flame. Once done, remove the lid and scrape the vegetables and smash the potatoes. After that, remove it from the pan and cool it down in room temperature. After 25 to 30 minutes, knead the dough for another 3 to 4 minutes. The dough has to be stiff yet not soft. Now divide the dough into 5 to 6 equal parts and roll it in between your hands. Then oil the counter or the rolling board. Place the ball in the middle and roll it to an oval shaped even layer. Mine has 8.5 inches long and 6.5 inches wide. It has to be slightly thick and not too thin. While doing that, the roti shrinks back little due to the nature of all-purpose flour, so I prefer to roll it gently again. If you feel the edges are too thick, then roll a bit. Now cut it from the center into 2 equal parts. Apply water with your fingers over the straight edge. Join the edges to make a cone shape like you see in this video. Stick the edges well. Stick the edge from inside the cone as well to secure. Once done with the cone, then fill the cone with potato and cauliflower mixture. Press down with the spoon. Then again apply water on the edge. Stick the edges to seal well. On one of the sides, make a pleat as shown in this video. Bring the pleat to the side and stick it out. Make sure your samosa is sealed well. Pinch and press down on the edges very well to seal them like this way, complete with all the samosa. Then heat oil in a pan for deep frying the samosa. The oil should not be very hot or smoky hot. It must be medium hot. When it is just getting hot, add a small portion of dough in the oil. It has to rise slowly and the oil must not be bubbling or sizzling a lot. You should see only tiny bubbles. This is the right temperature. Gently slide down the samosas one by one slowly. After you add them to the hot oil, you must see very tiny bubbles rising slowly. You should not be hearing any sizzling noise as it happens with the regular deep fried snacks. Add 3 to 4 at a time. Do not disturb them for a few minutes. Later when they come up, keep stirring occasionally and fry them evenly until golden. Don't rush, they will take a lot of time to fry golden. Be patient and fry until golden and crisp. When the samosas turn golden, remove them to a kitchen towel. For the next batch, reduce the heat completely to bring down the temperature and add other samosas and fry them. Serve these little beauties with tamarind chutney or mustard sauce or any sauce of your choice. I hope you have enjoyed the recipe as much as I have creating them. Oh yes, and shooting them and filming them and making them over and over to check them. So if you like it, do comment in my comment section below and don't forget to subscribe my channel Cooking Story and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new recipe, you get a notification first. See you again. Bye bye.